It was remarkable. We had more nests than we'd ever seen before on our local beaches. So we monitor 9.5 miles of beach in northern Palm Beach County here, and on that stretch of beach we had 25,025 sea turtle nests made up of about 15,600 loggerheads, about 9,100 greens, and about 200 leatherbacks. Was hatched from the nest about 5 days ago. My guess is these increases that we're seeing pretty much around the state for at least the loggerhead and the green turtle, primarily the loggerhead, are attributed to conservation efforts that were enacted in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So there were some changes in fisheries regulations that allowed some of the larger sea turtle size classes to survive. And then obviously the protections that are afforded under the Endangered Species Act all made a pretty big difference with these animals. Tiger sharks were primary, and then you get a lot of white shark, the makos, bulls. But those are the main ones. The tiger is the prime. She looks so much better. You had like 300 pounds. There are some new and emerging threats that are coming about, particularly with climate change and plastic in the environment, that aren't being combated with a lot of these protections that the turtles are afforded with these fisheries regulations. And on top of that, you've got habitat loss and sea level rise and coastal armoring, a lot of these things that have come up pretty heavily in the last several decades that the turtle now has to combat. So particularly with climate change, our reproductive output of all of these nests is actually quite low compared to what it should be. The temperature of the nest impacts the sea turtle in a number of different ways. It can feminize the population, so we say hot chicks, cool dudes. So the warmer the nest is, the more likely that nest is to produce females. Additionally, hatchlings that come out of warmer nests are much smaller and often slower. So then you run into issues with the quality of the hatchling, the survival of the hatchling, the health of the hatchling. And then also we're actually seeing a lot of these nests, about 30 to 40% of our nests are reaching what we call the lethal temperature ranges, which hovers around 33 to 34 degrees Celsius, which can lead to just no hatching at all. And so these kind of three things work together that, yes, we're seeing record numbers, but our hatching production may not be that great. And so in the future, 20 to 30 years from now, when these hatchlings come back to nest, we may not be seeing these record numbers that we're seeing now.